I want to just give a huge tribute again to Lisa Cott and Vicki Pollack. And could you raise your hands? There you go. It really was, as we say in the back jacket of this, the archival work that they did, which made it possible to do this book. I mean, it was a huge, long, big task, and I really admire you guys for doing that. And it's very wonderful to basically know that her spirit lives on and her work lives on. The one poem I'm going to read is Telephone from a Madhouse, which I would love to have heard her read. And I think there must be videos of her. I mean, I'm curious now to look at what she was like when she was reading. The way it happens, I'm sitting here in this semi-secure four-walled building. There is the cool texture of a wooden floor under my naked feet, and I'm drinking black coffee from a pretty rice bowl that curves my hands when the phone rings, and when I lift that dark plastic instrument and put it to my ear, put it to my carelessly helloing mouth. This voice from a million miles away, from a treeless plain, from a gray, wet, dank abyss, comes out to me. Are you there? It says, the anxiety of it cutting my comb like a spiritual buzzsaw. Are you there? Are you really there? Sometimes I can't believe you exist. Are you there? Are you there? Really there? Yes, I murmured. Yes, yes. Gripping at the floor with my bare brown toes, rubbing my sweaty fingers against the wall. Yes, I murmured. Yes, yes, yes. Counterpoint to the soft and desperate tears that drip over the phone of me. Yes, I say firmly, snapping my voice like a lion whip. I'm here. I am here. I really do exist. My hands wandering the hall, rubbing my tense, muscled thigh, spreading themselves before my analytic eyes. Yes, I murmur. Yes, yes, yes. Later, I pass behind the polite and sterile madhouse walls, flashing my visitor look at the fish-eyed nurses and patting down the barren corridor to room on the left, number 7, where the voice lies waiting. Tangled in soiled bedclothes, her feral eyes break at me among the tears. The darkened room, she leans up, stares at me, arrowing my soul. Old woman, slow, shuffle, walking, up and down the hall. All the time, all the time. The voice sobs at me. You came. Oh, I can't go on. I don't want to live anymore. And tears blossom, re-blossom, man-eating flowers out of the puffy gray-green eyes. Sockets, they eat her up, swollen face, shuffle up and down the corridor, up and down, up and down. What am I going to do? I wiggle up onto the thin and high and narrow bed. Utterly wordless, I reach around, out my arm, around the pale body in split back hospital sackcloth, and head against my shoulder. She screams, and nurses, ambulances up sirening as I whisper, it's all right, trying to push the words out through my fingers on her shaky back and fixing that nurse with glaring eyes until she drifts away in starch disorder, showering me with distress but going. Visitors pass by furtively, wearing outdoor faces, peering into the rooms as if they were keyholes. I whisper, it's okay, it's all right, until the sobbing softens and her sad head lifts and questions me. Again, it is all right, I whisper, and thank you. She whispers back, but is it? And I am speechless. Pull out one small gray pigeon feather I found lying on the steps of the hospital and offer it. The room is small. The walls are enema yellow. The shade is down. The light is off. It could be any hour in the world. She takes the feather and strokes it, nodding her head. Pigeons are real, it seems. Thank you, she whispers. God damn it, you think I'll stand for this? Well, I won't. I'll show you, all you bloody jackasses, screams next door. So the way that is laid out, you know, what goes on outside in the hall and what goes on in the room. Two windy figures in a Chinese gale. Old woman up and down the corridor all the time, all the time. Are you all right, she asks. It's a beautiful day, I answered. The sun is blooming. The flower I found roses on the sidewalk in North Beach. We had a party last night. I had tea cakes for lunch. How are you? Terrible, she nods, terrible. I don't think I'll ever get well. I'm afraid they want me to get out of bed, and I can't. I smell bad, the world is disintegrating, and I don't have anything to hold on to. Up and down, up and down. Right foot drags. Help! A voice calls piteously. Help! 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 And she is trembling in the terrible wind. The tears are gobbling her eyelids. Nobody will ever love me, she sighs. Nobody will ever love me, she sighs. Help! I am afraid. I am afraid of everything. Terrible. She nods. Terrible. Visiting hours are now over. I kiss her tears, like January sleep touch my mouth, and I go away.
Wow.